Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. Today is June 11th. Server's been down for a few days while Mheller repopulates the map and does a lot of back-end server stuff. She's added a metric shit ton of Star Wars ships to the server, and I gotta tell you, there's some big-ass ships. Anyways, you can use the Dynamap to see them from orbit, sort of, or you can come onto the server and look for them on the server. They will be to the, I believe, to the east of us from here. Well, let's go ahead and do this real quick. We'll go up to the road here, and then I'll show you how to get to them. Hopefully everything loads. It's space. It's a black. Yeah, I've been running into this problem quite a bit, waiting for things to load. There we go. Here's the road. We'll run up the road here. Actually, this isn't the road. This is the NX class. This is the road. And we wait for the chunks to load. I guess the map is still rendering, so we have these issues. Well, it does that. The TPS of the server drops way down. And I've been getting a lot of TPS warnings, so I've been real reluctant to do any editing or anything else like that. Yep, it's to the east of us. In other words, if you are coming from spawn's that way, you'll be coming south. And when you get to the road sign here that I created so many years ago, you'll head east. In fact, when I created this, the Sovereign, my Sovereign from Free Build was right here. So she was parked right here. So that is a long time ago. Yep, anyways, just head east and you'll find them. Just wait for the map to load. It's a big map. Anyways, what's going on here on the D? Let's go back to the D. And wait for it to load in. Decks 1 through 5 are pretty much taken care of. I don't know what this is here for, so I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of it. And it shouldn't have been there, because if it's a double beam ship and there's a single thing there, who knows what that's there for. Anyways, I've been working on deck 5 here, and all I've done on it is the standard. I've gone through, I've repositioned a couple of crew quarters, and I've had to keep this deck out because I think deck 6 shares components with deck 5. I know it does with the silos, but I think also it might also share some crew quarter designs. And if that's the case, I got to mirror those going down for port, back starboard, and forward starboard. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of extra effort, but it needed to be done. What I'm doing now is I'm going through and I'm finishing up all the little details and things like that. And go ahead and slow down here. Yeah, you can see the TPS in the server is definitely not happening. There we go. And go ahead and bring back my HUD. And make sure I hit the right buttons, which I know I did, but waiting for the shovel. There it goes. Now it's populating. Anyways, I'm going through and I'm updating it to the latest standards of the build. And that means getting rid of the red stripe here, because it's just sort of a redundant thing. And making sure that these have their red stripes, and then what I'll do is I'll put actual emergency pods into the silos on this deck here. Come on. See, this is a TPS issue. Waiting. There it goes. Yeah, every now and then servers, they act up. So on this server, because M's been getting it prepped for Minecraft 1.12, is, you know, she's throwing a temper tantrum every now and then, but she was so smooth there for a while, but now not so smooth. You know how it is, server life and all. And we gotta wait for the TPS. Ugh. Come on, update. In the meantime, I was running a Realms World that I started a couple of months back when the server was down, and Waffle server, it went down as well. And it was a subscription, a free subscription that you get with Minecraft. You can try out one of their Realms Worlds for free. And so I set it up. It ran pretty good. It was smooth. It was pretty active for a while. Then all of a sudden, just, like Minecraft, just died off. So I decided, well, it's actually kind of fun to have this, in case people want to just play standard vanilla Minecraft. They can log on, they can build, and they could have some fun and, play the game at their own pace. And if they want to do like recordings or Let's Plays, they can do that. Well, Shadow wanted to do a Let's Play, so he was doing a Let's Play with one of his friends. And I was just going through and I was building on it, much like I do here. And, you know, just trying to have some fun and whatnot. And we did a lot of, we actually got quite a bit done in a very short period of time. We had it up, it's been 24 days, 25 days now, it's been active. And on Wednesday the 7th, Minecraft 1.12 dropped. So Mojang updated all the realms to 1.12 on Wednesday, and when they did that, they cross-contaminated my world with my secondary world, which I had uploaded and placed on the map, oh gosh, 2 weeks ago. And it was only active once. It was just active and long enough for me to see that it had uploaded and uploaded correctly. And then I switched back to the Prime world and never went back to the alternate world. And lo and behold, when Minecraft updated, all the backup files, the main world itself, all of it was completely wiped. And in its place was all the files for the secondary world. So Mojang completely and utterly boned us on that world. And I tell you, the amount of work that was lost. Now, they're supposed to do daily backups, hourly backups. That's one of the features of Realms, is it consistently backs up your world so you never ever have a problem like this. And they swear by it. And you can also download your world if you want to. And which I did do. I just wanted to see how the download system worked. Just to be on the safe side, I went ahead and downloaded it on the 4th of June. But that was the 4th of June, and in Minecraft days, you know, one day could be, you know, 60 hours worth of work. You know, it's amazing how much work can get lost if you lose a day. Now imagine losing 3 days. So, and that's what happened. We lost 3 days worth of work, which basically went back to square one for a lot of the work that Shadow did, a lot, if not all the work that I had done, because I had nothing going on. The Minecraft server was down, so I decided, yeah, I might as well go ahead and just go to town on the Realms world, and I did. I terraformed a couple of planets, a couple of islands. Really did a nice job on them. Cleared an ocean monument. I even reclaimed it by filling it with sand manually and deleting the sand manually. I'll never do that again. I'll never clean one of those things legit again. That just took an enormous amount of time and commitment to do, and I won't do it again. So we're sitting here waiting on the server. TPS lag. There we go. And I tell you, it was a gut punch to lose that, and I am so wickedly pissed off at Mojang right now because of it. And they have absolutely no customer service, no customer support whatsoever. And all the emails and everything I get back from them are like, "Well, tough shit, you know. Thanks for your $10. Piss off." So I went in and canceled the service, because if I can't trust it, why have it? That's it in a nutshell. If you can't trust it, why have it? And I'll go ahead and roof these off like this one is right here, and that one is. But yeah, it was pretty devastating. Anyway, so my recommendation to folks is don't get Realms. It's just not worth it. You don't get any. You cannot do any plugins. You can't do anything else, and your world's entirely at the control of Mojang. If Mojang farts, your world pays for it. So yeah, it was pretty horrible. Not horrible, but horribly depressing. That's a good word for it. So anyways, back to this. What I've been doing is I've been dragging my feet with Deck 5 because I am thoroughly and completely burned out working on starships. In fact, just doing what I'm doing right now is taking a lot of effort. This deck's been out for almost a week now, and I've been slowly updating it and losing my commitment to doing this, just, you know, like a jet running out of fuel. You know, I can feel the bird going down, and it really saddens me that, you know, that this is actually starting to happen to me after so long of working on something. But I just see it as a, you know, little hurdle that I got to overcome, if I can overcome it. A lot of people can't. That's why we've lost people like D-Bomb, we've lost Panic, we've lost a lot of other folks to burnout and other issues. But mostly I think it's just a burnout. People just get burned out and they look for a way to get out, and regrettably that they never come back. You know, it just happens. And God, I can't even think of all the people we've lost to burnout. People just get tired, and that's it. They just at some point realize this is stupid and move on. You know, like with most hobbies. You know, or I guess addictions would be another word to put it. But yeah, you hit a point of saturation, and that's it. And Minecraft, you know, it's a fun game, and always will be a fun game. I don't care what anybody says. You know, it's not a game for kids because a lot of adults play it just watch YouTube, and you know, so you know, it's I guess one player, Wells Knight, said it best. It's adult Legos. You know, it's digital Legos, and that is true. It is very much digital Legos, and it's a lot of fun. But even the funnest games eventually run their course. And, you know, we'll look back at Minecraft and be like, you know, 10 years from now, man, I really missed that game, because by that time, this version of Minecraft, if it's even still playable, will have long since been retired. And you won't even be able to play this game. You know, the servers won't, the authenticity servers and stuff won't work, and, you know, it'll just be, you know, at best, if you're lucky, you might be able to play a little bit of single player, but it'll be as rare and hard to play and get mods for as some games like Tribes and, you know, in the early SimCity games. And I challenge you to find mods and stuff for those games today. You know, given that a lot of those, there's like hundreds of thousands of maps and mods for those games, and man, that's weird. See, this is why we do this. We come through and we find mistakes like this. There's an alert for the TPS on the server dropping. But yeah, you know, go ahead, try to find mods for older games. They're really hard to find, especially with GameSpot and File Hippo, all those going the way of the dodo. So yeah, it is what it is. So if you got backups and things like that and mods on your home computer, I would recommend that you burn them to a disk or put them on a thumb drive and sit on them. That way, in 10 years from now, if you want to play Minecraft, you should be able to, because I'm sure there'll be emulators up and things like that that'll allow you to keep playing. But yeah, that's the only way you'll be able to view some of these older maps and things like that is, you know, because things change over time. Microsoft might lose focus on Minecraft and say, yeah, we're not going to support this game anymore. Or, you know, they could go the way of Sierra. You know, just one day, gone. Then NVIDIA buys them, then run some bad banks and run some bad books, and they're gone, you know. Commits a bit of fraud, and poof, they're gone. But I don't think Microsoft would ever do that. I think Minecraft is considered a 50-year or 100-year asset to them or something like that. It's quite a long, they have hopes for it for quite a long time, and their pay-to-play scam for it or scheme for it will, you know, be something much like what Creativerse is doing, where you start the game with a very generic amount of blocks, and, you know, if you want to add what they call recipes, you do a microtransaction and buy, you know, like 1 or 2 recipes for like $10. You know, like a recipe to make prismarine blocks or other things, you know. The ability to ride dinosaurs or import dinosaurs or something like that. You know, it's just, you know, they've got to make their money back, and one of the ways they want to make their money back is through microtransactions on their later versions of this game. Now, right now, we're pretty fortunate, and they're not doing that. So play it while you can, while it's free, and enjoy it. But for those of us who have been playing it for years, even a bunch of YouTubers that have been playing it for years, it's just burnout city. It's almost a chore now to play, and that's sad. It really is, because it is a fun game, but it's just, you know, like with everything, you just get burned out. I mean, if you ate nothing but pizza every day, and no matter how much you love pizza, you're going to, at one point, you're going to start hating pizza. So, and that's the way Minecraft is. I have to force myself to play now, and that's not fun. That's not fun at all. But, you know, I know this deck here is still an open deck, and the only reason I say, hey, you know, you don't want to leave that hanging out there. You want to get this deck done, then you can take a break or a hiatus or a sabbatical from it, and, you know, that way there you're not leaving everybody hanging. And, you know, the decks from this point down are, you know, there's only 1 or 2 major issues that have to be corrected, and then everything just other than that is just updates and things like that. But, you know, I'll take my time. I'll get some downtime, and then I'll come back to it and see how I feel and everything else, and then start picking up again and trying to get her done, sort of speaking. But yeah. All right, so here I am. I'm walking behind these silos here, and I just got done updating the inner corridors for the silos, and now I'm kind of walking through here, making sure that all the stuff back through here is done. And it looks like everything's pretty much okay. I don't know why. Oh, these are additional silos. That's why. For a minute I thought, wow, that looks like a pretty shitty wall. Looks like silos. But let us fly along through here, and then out, down through here. Interesting. And look around in here. Yep, these are nice sized crew quarters. If we come down through here, when you update the crew quarters, basically I'm updating them to this floor block, and hopefully now that we're migrating to 112, we're going to get a whole bunch of more blocks, and hopefully a few dozen of those blocks, well, a few dozen, at least a dozen of those blocks can be versions of this floor, but different colors, like red, gray, things like that. So here's the standard bathroom. You got your space shitter, you got your space sink, and you got your space shower. Yay! A nice size room, looking out. Looks good. Now these are only spaced for 3, and no, they're 4. Okay, they're 4. That's cool. Anyways, I'm gonna show you what I did down here. Wait for the server to catch up. We're still fighting that TPS lag. There it goes. What else did I do on this deck? Well, pretty much just minor updates. I'm not going to change any of these rooms out yet. That's not the purpose of what I'm doing. My purpose is to update things and to fix any open flaws that I see, and then worry about everything else later on. So right now we're doing okay. I've updated all the crew quarters on this deck. I've added lights into all the turbo lifts. I fixed a couple of quirky issues, nothing major, and then I found quite a few flaws that I've been able to resolve as well. As you can see, we are definitely having some problems with lag and TPS at this point, so we're off to the side of the ship here. Let's go ahead and drop down. Make sure we're heading to the back. I think we are. Good. Drop on down to the secondary hall here. And again, why is this out? Oh, that's from when I updated the neck. Okay. I keep forgetting that there are little bits and bobs out here that I put out here a while back. So what I did, gosh damn it, this is really starting to get annoying, is I went ahead and I added the 3rd layer of rooms to the ship, and I widened all the windows, or expanded all the windows to 4 blocks instead of 3 blocks. So if you come down here, yo-yo aside, you can see now that we actually have the 3 sets of windows that you see from the show and that are in the ship. And now these windows, believe it or not, there's nowhere else to put windows. You can't put them anywhere else than where I have them. So hopefully the Aztecing will match up somewhat to that. But that's pretty much all I did with that. Alright, well, we're definitely having some serious TPS lag problems with the ship, so I'm going to, or excuse me, with the server, so I'm going to go ahead and tag this episode. It is a very short episode. For that, I do humbly apologize, but it is what it is. Just a quick update to let folks know that the server's back online. It's got some issues as things update, mainly the Dynamap, because that's a major memory hoard, and when it updates and populates, it really kind of frills up the entire network here, so it gums up the works, so to speak. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get Deck 5 buttoned up and reintegrated into the ship, and at some point I'm thinking I might take all the decks, like from Deck 1 all through the saucer, and just lay them out in a line, Deck 1, Deck 2, Deck 3, Deck 4, Deck 5. That way there we can see them from orbit, sort of a top-down look view, and kind of get a deck plan to explore the ship with. So at least help people find their way around the ship. It can get pretty complicated if you're not familiar with the design. Hell, even if you are familiar with the design like I am, you still get lost on the ship. That's why there are things like, this stuff, these like arboretum things that Panic and I developed. That's why they're there. So you've come along those, you know where you're going and everything else. So, but you got to know where they go, everything else, because
those, even if you find them, you could still figure, what deck am I on? That kind of a thing. So, anyways, I do appreciate it. And yes, those are crickets you were hearing. So, with the crickets, I shall go. If you'd hit that like button for me, I would appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Anyways, thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.